Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, guys, drink here. Mm. Oh, what an agony. I've lost Billy, my son, to that dark mallow. Oh, oh, that freak in a little box. He got in his head and he's now Sir William Esquire. He's a villain of the universe. He's probably gonna. Yeah, I mean, even Mr. Pennypacker, as much as I don't like Mr. Pennypacker, but even he needs to watch himself because Billy is no longer the Billy of old. He's to be feared. He's a upper class twit. Oh, well, I got this Game Gear here, and it has a connection to another universe, and I need to talk to someone who trained me well, and he's dealt with character changes. Let's just say, quote unquote, character changes. He's quite known, and I'm calling him. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, okay. Who's there in the background? No. Stay down, Pooh Guppy. No. It's a private call. What do you mean it's private? Oh, no, it's private call. You mean nothing's private anymore? We're all in a special society that's filmed by cameras, and it's private. No streaming in the streaming house. No. Okay. I'm outside. Hello, who's there? Oh, Frater, it's me. It's Glenn Farfinger. Oh, Glenn, it's been months. I'll let you know. Things are good here. I know you're thinking, oh, but you're back in your proper time, and no. This is the wrong dimension. This is not even a dimension. It's some kind of computer expansion. That's the best way I could say it. And we got this black scorpion guy coming around. This is hell on earth. What is going on, man? It would help if I had someone to talk to outside these guys, because this is a mess. Okay. Oh, as you can tell from my voice. Uh-oh. You sound down in the dumps. And I've never heard you like that. You've always usually been fairly chipper about things. Is Billy there? I mean, has something happened to Billy? Something that has happened. Something has happened to my Billy. He's dead. Wait, he's dead. Oh no! 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 It's from a certain point of view. Oh! Oh, a certain point of view. Oh, we're going to Star Wars terminology here. Is it, folks at home? Isn't this autistic that that we? Because we grow up on Star Wars, we even when things go bad, we have to somehow put Star Wars logic even in real life. Okay, so all right, Glenn, he's dead, but it's from a certain point of view. So remember what Obi-Wan said, because he said about Vader. Vader had killed Anakin, but actually, reality, Vader is actually Anakin Skywalker. So in the reality is the new character that Anakin become has killed Anakin Skywalker. So from a certain point of view, yeah. So okay, explain. All right, you dipshit. Oh whoa. Okay, calm down, man. I got real problems right now. I have like invasions going on and things like that. I don't know if this can keep going. Okay, so just explain. All right. He, you know how he's kind of like tied to a quantum computer and stuff. I kind of yeah. He's tied to basically a computer system. And originally we thought that Dark Milo, made him. We originally thought that he made him as sort of a debug program, and it goes deeper in that. And even to the point I don't even think Milo even quite understands it fully. Are you drinking too? I, I'm hitting the bottle. I got the Billy Carter beer, the Billy beer. I got it in the old packs of Billy beer out. I'm a destroyed man. I'm in my deepest throes right now. Ah, I'm hitting the Diet Pepsi. that's what the sad man does. He hits the Diet Pepsi. The Diet Pepsi. That sounds like some. Well, I better not say it. YouTube. I actually did say that word recently, and nothing happened. But it's because we're basically private now, so we pretty much almost a private channel. So I guess the algorithm didn't catch it up. Maybe it's because we do everything in such a goofy voice. It's all it hears is. Wow, you gotta be a little careful with that freighter. There's actually a guy in Scotland. I think it was Scotland or somewhere in England recently. That his voice apparently was so indecipherable that the algorithm thought he said like a lot of racist stuff, and it terminated his channel. I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, we're in a computer age, folks. Really, I think, generally speaking, if you're really serious about having a presence on the internet and just don't want to care, I think you almost have to go on the dark web and start an onion. I'm being serious. Like, if you really want to be truly free and not have, like, just get randomly terminated just because some computer somewhere misheard something. And you need to understand, some people, like, you could say, oh, well, you could just send it to the YouTube team. And it's like, that doesn't always make it to somebody. Sometimes literally, no joke, 3 minutes later, it'll come back for a 20-minute video and say, we reviewed it and it's still not in, it's still got community guideline strikes. That's the reality we live in. But I will actually go so far to say that actually at one point, you were never really truly safe here. If you got too much attention and a whole group of people wanted, maybe they were even sent by somebody, to get rid of you. They just flag your video to death, and again, you got to know somebody inside YouTube to be able to go to gun for you, because then they can reverse stuff. Good luck with that. Okay, so Glenn, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We got all right. Okay, cracked open our Billy beer here. Billy Beer. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. I actually had a friend whose father actually had a can of Billy Beer. He on a shelf. He had a can of Billy Beer. And the second time I saw Billy Beer, I was on my first job when I was like 16. I worked at a general store, and in their basement they actually did have like old bottles of soda and old beer, and it was really wild. Like it was really cool. But there may have been Billy Beer there. I don't know. It was like in the basement. This was back in the late 90s, so that would have been weird to see that, but it was there. So, speak. All right. So, like, Dark Milo's been in Billy's head for quite a while. You remember in Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones how Palpatine and Anakin, they were like really getting kind of close. Like he's being like a father figure to him. Unfortunately, he didn't understand he was a Sith Lord, which is a
apparently a real problem in life. Like your kid could actually be making friends with a local satanic priest, and he's about to make your kid into his protege, who is about to have his soul forever destined to hell. So to what you're saying, Glenn Farfinger, about Billy. Well, he was in his ear. He kept he kept he kept trying to take he kept manipulating and manipulating. And Billy, of course, being Billy, you mentioned, I mentioned how he was becoming more intelligent. And yeah, well, I kind of thought at first he was doing that because I was teaching him stuff, because I generally thought that it would have been amusing to try to actually educate him, like I was like teaching him Aristotle and stuff. But I kind of noticed that, for someone who was supposed to have the IQ of like an anteater, he really honestly was being very perceptive, and actually there was an intelligence there. I was starting to pick up on something, which is not normal, because he originally, as you remember, when you guys debuted on the new Freighter versus Retro, all he could say is his name. So that didn't make sense that all of a sudden his brain is just suddenly like jumping in IQ levels. Wow, he'd go from 200 IQ to down to 80, or down, well, you mean down to like 20. Which I don't, it's not possible for a human being to go that low. I've truly met stupid people, but yeah, it's pretty bad when you can just say your name. Again, go ahead. Oh, then then Billy, like he just get more intelligent, and he actually went to online Harvard classes. That Dark Milo had used Mr. Pennypacker's visa. Mr. Pennypacker's going to really hate that. That's not a good idea. So okay, go on. Well, then he actually physically got invited to Harvard, and within literally a month he beat the whole course. In a month he beat the whole course, and then he created a technocratic system like in Doctor Who that now solves all the problems for all the people who talk backwards. Jeez, it's like something out of Highlander 2 when Connor McLeod um when Connor McLeod, he had beaten Kurgan, so now he was the most intelligent and most powerful person on the planet, and it actually solved all their issues from global warming and whatever. He created like a heat shield and all that stuff, and then what I mean. And well, yeah, well, then of course, he got knighted by by King Charles and Queen Camilla. Excuse me. Well, Queen Elizabeth died, right? Well, you've been in another dimension. I'm in the year 2011, buddy. Technically, the Queen's still kicking and going. I didn't know that happened. I've been stuck, man. I'm stuck in Wackyville here with these guys, and you got Gregor Peck here, and he's acting weird, man. Like, I don't know, and he's disappearing, and then all of a sudden this Black Scorpion guy shows up to just cause all kinds of havoc. I'll be honest with you, the only thing that's been good is we've been playing Skyrim, and we're absolutely loving it. We're having such a great time. Wow, it's one of our favorite games. You're literally there when it first started. Yeah, but man, I feel so bad for you guys. Um, um, Jeez. Anything else? Like, wow, now he's called Sir William Esquire. He was knighted by King Charles and Queen Camilla. Queen Camilla. That's absolutely horrible. The fact that they made her queen. I thought she'd be like, she's not even related to the family, so I don't even know how that works. But okay, but now he's Sir William Esquire. I warned you about character changes. You warned me. You warned me about the character change. It's a real thing. Why did I not listen? Why did I not listen? Because that's content. It's content. You're supposed to kind of act dumb about it, and then when it happens, then you're like, "Whoa! I didn't know that could happen." And it's like, yeah, you were actually warned about it months ago. Um, yeah, so he's Sir William Esquire, and he's now kind of a bastard now, and he's he's now considers Dark Milo as his father. Oh no. Um. Oh no. That you know what this means? That means that there's going to be a collaboration between those two. And being that he's now the smartest man that ever existed, this is actually very dangerous. Even though, it makes me kind of happy to be here because I would hate to be there. But I don't know if that makes me safe because he now has control of the most powerful computer in the whole universe. Yes, yes. Oh, this is not good. Oh, this is so bad, so bad, so bad. Oh, man. That's rough. That's real rough. Um, Look, man, I wish I could be there for you. We could play some pool. Maybe I got an Xbox 360, and I could take it with me. We play some old Madden or play some old games. I got quite a nice collection actually. I was really quite surprised at all the games I was able to pick up. And oh man, I gotta let you go now. I'm getting yelled at back here. You know, you know how it is. Oh, I know. I'm glad I could tell somebody about this. Well, do you have a co-star right now? A companion, a friend, or something? Well, I got Curly Joe here. It's like, hi, go, man. Who's you talk to? Hi, my name's Curly Joe. Oh, hi. My name's Freiris H., author of the Holy Chronicle, author of the Ethiopic. Not the. Oh, I got the Ethiopic Holy Bible. I got the Esoteric Origin Theories and a bunch of other books. How's it going? I like the Billy Beer. It makes me all happy. Oh, that's a good thing, man. Look, dude, guys, I gotta go. Okay. Oh, okay. Click. Oh, Freighter was always there. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Well, Curly Joe, I know you gotta go and help Milo out with his therapy. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Curly Joe's going, and I might as well go wait. I'll wait a little bit, and then we'll go play the game. Oh boy. Well, Joe, we got a Survivor Series match. Oh, what? Wait! Well, we got Demolition, the Hart Foundation versus Strike Force, Tito Santana, Rick Martel, and the British Bulldogs, Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith. Wait, you're going around it. It's like the best tag teams the promotion's ever had. Well, it is definitely the best tag teams. I can tell you, it helps cheer me up, and how I'm dealing with things. And that Sir William Esquire, he's a real asshole. Well, I believe it. He's become a product of his so-called father, Dark Milo. He's a British aristocrat and a nightmare, and he's something to tackle, and he's not the Billy of the past. I don't even think that him being on one-on-one with me, that he would listen to me. It would be, how it is. Right, okay. So here you go. We're in Orlando, Florida. It's with Walt Disney World, Now, be careful, Joe. We might get, demonetized, even though we're not monetized. We get demonetized. I don't know how that works. You'll be in negative dollars. Okay. Oh, well, Joe, last episode you did so well with the intros. You take it over. And everyone turns to the left. Here comes the demolition. What was the theme song? It's like oh, I can't remember, Joe. It's been a long time. It was one of those Jimmy Hart songs, you know. Like, like, oh, I can't think of it, man. I don't know. I would sing it if I could, you know. It was a fun song. Oh, that's you got the costumes. I'm glad that 2K at least put the costumes in the game. Kind of like they were like, well, we know. Oh, it'll try to make Demolition. So, of course, we went further. We have Action Smash and we have Crush too. Okay, and then here comes the Foundation. That's a very accurate depiction of the Hart Foundation theme song. Brett's always had that one, except when he went to WCW, and it kind of sucked. Because I mean, what else you gonna do? I mean, it was kind of like a version of it, but it was like, they probably didn't want to get sued too much from, Vince McMahon, because, I don't know. So, okay, and so then the next is, they'll have it will be Strike Force coming to the ring. So you have the Hart Foundation. You have the Hart Foundation were still heels at the time. I'll let you know, and we're still heels. Demolition were heels, and then of course now you got Bret Hart in the ring there. You got Tito Santana, Ole Anderson's favorite. He always gave the drizzling shit. Tell me he was that bad, eh? Well, that's Ole Anderson. There's a different standard with Ole. You're the Ole standard, which is the drizzling shit, or you're not the drizzling shit. And you got Rick Martel. I know. Someone's gonna be like, you couldn't have tried to find a Strike Force version. I mean, I'm sure the guy who made the Strike Force Tito made a Strike Force Rick Martel, but we're lazy. I just kind of went, well, the model Rick Martel, whatever, because I kind of went, well, this version of Rick comes from, at least the late 80s into the 90s. So I'll just use him too. Who cares? This is kind of more from my personal files when I have a customized pay-per-view, because I don't want to pay for Peacock, Joe. You do? Who wants to keep having to pay for something? Well, yeah, I mean, who wants to keep paying for something? And then, well, you could just simulate it on a computer, oh, here comes the Bulldogs, and they're the tag team champions. I hate to really say it, but the WWE tag division really got so degraded as time went on, like almost to the point, especially when we start simulating matches from the 90s, it's going to get bad. Like, it's pretty much going to be kind of like, well, like really, like we're going to have like the Headbangers versus the Body Donnas. And even though Chris Candido and, Pritchard there from the Heavenly Bodies, those are great wrestlers, but the gimmick was such crap. Like, yeah, that's great. Like I remember when Candido and him came to WWF, and it wasn't, I knew who they were because of, Smoky Mountain and all the stuff I read in PWIs. I knew the greatness of Tammy Sitch, minus her crime, her crime record, which is now involved manslaughter with someone in a car. So she's definitely going to be in prison for quite a while. So, but nonetheless, it was like the body Donnas. Like it was such a bad gimmick. It was such a bad gimmick, and it was just embarrassing. And I, and it was like that was the tag division. It was that the Smoking Guns, Men on a Mission. It was like that was mid '90s tag division. And it was like really, I was like crying for the days of the British Bulldogs and the Strike Force and the Hart Foundation and Demolition. Like this right here is actually based off an actual Survivor Series. I mean, this actually happened. They actually had this kind of match once, except I think what this actual match, it was actually it was a 10-man match instead of 8-man. And this game only allows you 8 people. Which I understand for the longest time it used to be a 6-man tag. You can only have 6 men in the ring, which was a big deal. Did you know AEW? By the time of course you hear this episode, we're already playing it, but in making episodes for the future of it. But did you know that? That AEW only allows for in the ring? It's basically like an Aki game, an old school Aki game. And I don't know why they do that, and I think I know why. I know, like in my head, I know why, and it's because of the Nintendo Switch, because they knew that getting that game to work on the Nintendo Switch was more of a priority than Xbox and PlayStation. That there's more people really with Nintendo Switches that may play their game, and plus then it would be portable, which is a shame because it's too bad that they couldn't have it maybe at the very least. His screen just jittered like crazy. Our world's broken. It's jittering like crazy. Oh, it's jittering like crazy, Joe. Yeah. So there are only 4 in the ring, and I'm sure it's because they wanted to get it to work on Nintendo Switch. Which, look, I know there's people up there that are gonna rip on this. They're gonna say, "Wow, 2K at least allows 8 people. They allow at least 6 people," and I'm like, you people, do you realize, that they released a 2K WWE game on the Nintendo Switch that doesn't really work? Like, think about that. I mean, at least that's some common courtesy. That like, look, the game doesn't freaking work. If it doesn't work. It's funny. Like a lot of people are scared to death to swear on here on YouTube, and it's like with us, we just don't care. It's because, Joe, we don't care because we're not monetized. We don't have enough viewers. We don't have enough subs. Well, we kind of have enough subs now, but we don't, guys. Saturn Grad sells books. That's how we make our money, and we sell books and we kind of do investments and things like of course, not lately with the bear market being the way it is. It's pretty bad. But, we used to do like crypto and Bitcoin and all that stuff. And, used to day trade that stuff. And, we don't do that anymore. But as far as like, oh, I can't say fuck. I can't say fuck anymore because I'm gonna get demonetized. When. Oh no, I'm gonna get demonetized. I'm gonna go cry to my mama. Yeah, that's right, we're gonna go cry. And it's like, you idiots, you can get flagged down by anybody. You can get your channel striked up to the moon. There's people literally that can make up fake companies and say that your stuff belongs to them, and then they can take your video and say that video was actually doing good, but now it's like pulled off the YouTube algorithm for like months or like at least 30 days. Because you do have to kind of prove it, like if it's disputed and if it can't be proved by the other party that because the whole point is you do a DMCA, they take it off, then it's 30, the other party says nope, you're wrong, and then they have to decide, well, that no, we're still in the right, and then it has to go to court. And most majority of the time it never does. That usually it doesn't. Although I wouldn't want to go to court over this stupid platform. But I'm going on a tangent here. You go to a real tangent there. Oh, Joe, you know how it is. Okay, so Rick Martel here, he's in the ring with Jim Neidhart. Jim Neidhart's never really, I mean, he was, he did so well at Hart Foundation, but he really just couldn't find his shtick outside of that. I mean, he was in WCW with Davey Boy for a while too, and he's actually in No Mercy. Not No Mercy, but in Revenge with Davey Boy, and I thought that was so cool. It was like, that game, like, I liked it more than like No Mercy because it's just because of the roster. I played it on the Steam Deck a while ago, and yeah, it was kind of like, okay, I could see this game hasn't aged well because uh-oh. It had aged well because oh, I'll be right back. Oh geez, I need a drink. I'm sorry about the timeout there. I had to get some Pepsi. So, Martel, he's got Brett. He's giving a gut wrench suplex. Got a gut wrench suplex going there. He's tagging in Davey Boy. So I will do this for a little while. The video is like an hour. The Survivor Series matches I used to sim, they go way too long, and it's just mostly because of the AI, and it's a constant stalemate. Where like say Smash pins Davy Boy, he's weak enough to get a decent pin, but the other guy will come in and he'll just break it up and break it up, break it up, break it up, and eventually either the game will glitch, and then allow the other guy to basically pin the other guy cleanly without any kind of interference. Two, there's actually a rare blue moon where basically everybody's outside the ring except the guys in the ring, and that's really rare. And the guy will be able to hit his finisher, and it's just like perfect. And it's like, that's like so rare. That's why it takes so long, because it's like, I don't know. It's entertaining to me. But it's just, how it is. But so then, of course, Tito's in the ring, and he's got Smash, and going for a move he's never done before. I think there was a point where I realized, I had to go in there and actually change his moves, because there's people that will make wrestlers, but they won't go to the next level and actually like make sure that the moves and taunts and everything are more like the real wrestler, and it's really kind of crazy, to think that they just don't care, but they don't care. They just don't care. And I think before I was interrupted by my throat seizing up that this original match was originally a 10-man match, and I cannot remember who the other guys were. I had to kind of make a call because I only am allowed 8 men, and that's when I started ranting about how AEW is less because I just think that they were trying to get the game to fit on Nintendo Switch. That or maybe it was too chaotic. Maybe the game like crashes or something, and they finally said, "Well, you know what? No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, Revenge. These games were really fun with just the 4 guys, and maybe they were." I looked up the Casino Battle Royal. I really wanted to see what is this Casino Battle Royal, and what it is because you would think, well, how many ways you can reinvent a battle royal. So what you do is starts off with 5 people in the ring, you know, and understand there's only 4, so you only get 4, and each person gets a special card, you know, to figure out what order they're gonna go in. So like I guess the whole idea is like someone will pull, when the other 3 would be eliminated, then whoever's left in the ring, they won. But now here comes the next round of guys coming in, and then the battle royal starts up again, and it starts up again and up and again. And once all, what I mean, like in a battle royal, a real battle royal, everyone starts in the ring. There's nobody comes to the ring. It's just the match starts and ends when everybody's in the ring. In a Royal Rumble, it starts with 2 men in the ring, and then every 2 minutes there's a new wrestler that comes in, and it just keeps building and building and building like that. That's how a Royal Rumble is, so it's understandable why they tried to do that. Was there ever a TNA game? There was, Joe. There was one on the Xbox 360, and I've been here at Satterground. They've been collecting Xbox 360 games. They may very well eventually someday get the TNA game. I don't think it's that good, but I don't know. I was watching a review by a guy, and he seemed to kind of like it, but it has issues, obviously. It has the Ultimate X match, which is pretty cool, but I don't think it's, again, because of the AI and stuff, that it's probably kind of meh. A lot of games back then were. In fact, I think the same company that made that, they made a AAA wrestling game that came out around the same time, came out before it, and it's the same engine and stuff. And what happened was they kind of said that, and I had that game and I didn't like it, and I got rid of it pretty quickly, because at the time I was kind of like, well, it'd be kind of cool to play a AAA game, it's like, you wouldn't expect something like that, especially in the United States. Some people can get Mexican wrestling, especially if they're, I assume if they're like on the border and stuff, like New Mexico and probably Southern California and stuff. But, I always heard some people with satellite, they could pick up some Mexican channels and stuff, and that's how they would get it, back then. And so Smash, yeah, he's in there with Davey. Davey's a little bit busted open. That was another complaint about this game, that it's too easy to make everybody bleed. And in the things that make people bleed is kind of dumb. Like, I mean, even get hit with a padded turnbuckle could bust someone open. I mean, that's a little much. And it gets to the point where, like, the whole point, this reviewer said that, a normal match in most cases, even though in old school wrestling, they bled a lot, but, it just gets to the point it's not a special occasion. And this is where the game glitches. See that you notice how Smash is looking like he has a spasm? Is because they programmed it where he's supposed to go over and tag his our partner, and the other guy just starts taunting. But you'll notice he's not hitting. He can't seem to see his other partners. It's one of these like stupid glitches in this game. So that's just kind of the way it is, It's the way this stupid game is, and okay, so Smash, he's now got Tito, and really should just go ahead and just tag in somebody, because he's getting kind of beat up here, and of course Smash, he just reversed it. Now he's gonna go tag in Jim Neidhart. I was good. Oh, I could see. Oh my God! I just realized something. He was doing that crawling animation towards the enemy camp. Like, oh boy, that AI. Like, sometimes it just gets really dumb. So, but there's different things I've noticed in this game, like where the AI just struggles with things. Like one of the things I was, like you remember from the old days was like breaking tables. Like the computer will never break a table, guys, unless it's like a table match. It'll do that, but it doesn't seem to be smart enough to know how to break tables. I've never seen him break a table. So that's the way it is. Neidhart got Martel. He just power slammed him, and now he's throwing Neidhart over. This is about the best way the computer can get elimination in the Survivor Series is a count out. It's even better if there's a double count out, because that'll kind of help to shorten things. So we may go the whole way with this one as far as commentating, because it's right around the same time of year the Survivor Series would happen. So this was kind of something worthwhile to do. So, okay, so Satana, Satana. It's like, what is he now? A part of the Ministry of Darkness or something? Oh, oh, are we got a count out? Double count out, double count out. There you go. That's what we want, because these things go long. I've had Survivor Series, simulate Survivor Series, go Lily, no joke. No joke, Joe. No joke, Joe. Ow, ow, ow. I've had them go over 70 minutes. It's crazy. It's crazy. And after a while, you're just going, okay, this would never be allowed. It's basically the size of the pay-per-view. Getting to be about 90% of the pay-per-view here. I think that Vince would be firing people. Okay, so Dynamite did a snap suplex there. Let's see, can he get the 3? 1, 2... No. Axe has got too much energy. And he's tagging on Martel. Fortunately, Tito is gone, and also Jim Neidhart's gone. So the infamous. See, the thing that gets them, and where they get counted out, is because they can't seem to. if their waypoint is blocked by the other partners and the enemy standing on the screen, it blocks the computer's waypoint to be able to get back in the ring. So what will be happening is he'll try to pick up the guy and throw him back in the ring. He can't. The other guys are standing there, and they aren't moving, and it's kind of like a wall right there, a visible wall. So now what it is so now you're getting to like 7 and 8 and 9, and that somebody needs to get back in the ring here. And so what'll happen is they'll pick the guy up and throw him with the idea that he's going to go diving back in the ring. This is actually a problem in the game where the computer can't seem to be able to properly pick the guy up and Irish whip him back in the ring. I'm literally talking about something that never used to be a big deal. Here comes that headbutt off the top rope. And, well, stalemate. Because the computers decided to jump in and break the pin. It's kind of like, because what it is the computer already knows who's ready to get pinned. So they jump in and they interfere. So with Axe here, now they're back outside. Now remember all the things I'm talking about here. So what he'll do is he'll pick the guy up and then he tries to Irish whip him back in, but instead of being able to direct him back into the ring, he just throws him to the other side and the guy just falls over. For some reason, they instead of the guy running all the way and crashing into the barricade, for example. I didn't even know you could actually break that barricade. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Of course, right there you would 8. Oh, Axe, come on, man, get back in the ring. Okay, there you go. Now, see if he's smart, he'll let the other guy get 9. Let's see, is he going to let it happen? No, he just, that is close. And that is dumb. He just had his back turned to him. That is not smart. Now he's going, missed. But like I said, that's the problem. The computer, there are a lot of problems in this game. And, you'd think 23, sometimes they incrementally fix things in the next year. As they like to say with 2K games, it's like maybe next year. They always say that, and instead of being like, well, we're gonna patch. No, they're just like we're working already on the next game. It's like that's really why you shouldn't do yearly games. It was one thing back in the Sega Genesis days, because back in the Sega Genesis days, let's be honest, there was only so much you can do. So when you had a Madden football game, and next year it's obviously going to be the same code, and maybe they'll add change up the menu, and maybe they'll add a different mode or something, or maybe not. It would just be new players and whatever, But for the most part, and now the referees in this are absolutely horrible. They take forever to start counting on guys and telling them to get out of the ring, and of course Smash going in for a big knee. That's painful. Okay, 1, never mind. Stalemate. Like I said, the computer referee, come on, 1, 2. And then the referee stops counting. He walks around, gets confused. You got an illegal partner. The Two-Con Rasuden series was the best, had the best tag teams. And believe it, that's Ukes. That's a Ukes game. That's what really the SmackDown games came from. Was those original games. And the tag matches used to be tight. I mean, you get in that ring, that referee starts counting, you better get the hell out of there. Or the other guy better get the hell out of there, or he's done. Okay, so armbar, nope. Martel isn't going to allow that. Belly to belly. Pick it up, axe. Gonna go for a body slam. He's gonna tag in Dynamite Kid. Davey Boy Smith's knocked out. Going for a Texas Cloverleaf, and that's a rope break. And I've, of course, talked about time after time after time about how wonky the rope break system is. Like sometimes the computer's right on it, or most of the time the computer does not see rope breaks. I'm being very serious. There's many times a pin happens. There are other games I played, like older SmackDown games and stuff, that where the rope break is pretty finicky. I mean, you gotta really make sure you're away from it because the computer will call a rope break. You know, wherever that barrier is, that boundary, the rope break boundary. This game, it's kind of like, I don't know if it's they try to make it more based on what the referee sees, you know, or maybe like I don't know. It's like I just don't like it. I don't mind simulating these matches. They're fun because the guys actually look like the real guys. You know, so it makes it fun to commentate and it makes it fun to go back and watch. But man, it's just ugh. He's got the sharpshooter on. I didn't have submissions on. I was trying to make the matches really long, and I didn't want them to end kind of suddenly. Actually, probably what would have happened is if he had submissions on, it would probably be stalemate because he would still run in the ring. Unless you can make him tap out quick. So, okay, going for a power slam to the outside. Ouch. Now, this is one of those scenarios, you know. Well, no, they had the legal guys outside. I usually generally find in this game that when the computer partner, I generally find when the computer partner you know, say there's like he's got two other partners that have been knocked out outside the ring. So you'd think, well, this is it. You know, finally the computer is going to get a win. You know that, you know, even if say like an hour goes by, and the guy's weak enough, he shouldn't kick out at anything. It doesn't matter. For some reason, the computer will make the other guy just go invincible. He he will be able to reverse anything the other guy, even though the other guy is the stronger aggressor. And he should be able to win the match. And the computer literally says no. Every single time. And it's actually very agitating. It's just. And the referee just interrupted Brett's waypoint. I'll warn you, this match is now at 35 minutes. We're not even close to the end. It seems like there's a certain moment where the computer finally glitches and then it stops like having guys come in to like stop pins because it finally had enough. Oh, double suplex. Where the computer finally just has it. It just says, okay, I can't do any more with that. I'll just let it kind of go, and whoever wins wins. Of course, a drop kick in the smalls of the back, and Smash just actually did something he doesn't normally do, which is having the computer actually be. It's very rare the computer partner actually interferes. Actually, 23 they fixed it, and now the computer actually does interfere quite a bit, which is much more realistic. Now I know you would say, well, you do simulate 22 so much. Is there reasons? Because you're only allowed so many wrestlers. And so what I made the decision on, since 23 has war games, wouldn't it be perfect that 23's focuses on the NWA and the focus is on WCW? So I'm picking characters that came from that promotions. So if I'm doing that, then and right there, Axe kind of blocked the waypoint for Rick Martel to go back in the ring. Which, of course, you would go, well, there's someone standing there. But when you have 4 people standing there, it really blocks the waypoints. So that's a lot. That's why you get those double countouts. But because of how long these Survivor Series are with the computer, it has to be that way, though, guys. It has to be that way. Because if it's not, that's when you get into trouble. It amazes me sometimes. I just talk like this. Talk. So, yeah, so with the computer, with, block waypoints is like something, autistically I'm very much into. Because I used to make Neverwinter, at Saturngrad, Freighter and all them, they used to make like Neverwinter Nights modules. And so as a result of that, you know, you that's where it teaches you about, waypoints, and you're trying to have your NPCs actually not get blocked by a waypoint. Their waypoint blocked. So that's generally the way it is. So that's generally the way it is. Those valuable waypoints. You don't want them blocked. And stuff. Valuable waypoints. Sounds like I'm doing something else. Something else in watching the match. Like scheduling another episode or something. Okay, so Davey boy, can he hit it? And of course the answer is astounding yes. Majority of the time, he usually just gets a reversed in 22. They cut down on that in 23. It used to be that unless the guy's stunned, that's the only time you can get that special move. If he's not stunned, there's about a 98% of a chance of to finally. Okay, so Axe is out. So now it is Smash and Bret Hart. British Bulldogs and Rick Martel. Smash, is he going to be able to go? No. Okay, yes, he's going for the power bomb and boop, pin. Referee 1, 2. No. Remember what I said? I said a lot of times when everybody else is knocked outside the ring, I generally find that the other computer becomes invincible for a little while for some reason. Like he rallies. Want the rope break. Now that is an actual legal rope break. See, his foot was really in that boundary area. I have literally had matches where the foot should be very well in that boundary and it should be rope break, and it's not a rope break. So, and I know a person could say, well, could you argue, though, that the referee didn't see it? And that's a different idea. Maybe that is something to incorporate, that if the guy's foot is in the rope, but if the referee can't see it, that makes sense. So Smash, he just got body slammed. He's let's see, 2. Nope. The good news is, it's now just down to Brett and Smash. So this is like beginning to wind down a bit. That I don't I don't see too much of a trouble. It's 42 minutes. I know you're going, oh my goodness, this is so long. And it's like, yeah, it's long. Oh, it's long. It's big. It's huge. It's big and huge. Well, even Curly Joe says it's huge. Yeah, it's a big match. Usually we only watch like 10 minutes of something like this or something lately. But I decided now, well, you know what? Thanksgiving around that time is usually around Survivor Series. Even though technically this is like the day after Thanksgiving. Well, no, technically it's the Saturday after like Black Friday. But I decided, no. We're going to actually do like a full Survivor Series match. Of course, this is not like a main event or something. Of course, you would think, oh, can we watch Survivor Series? I have the stuff on Blu-ray. Oh, yeah, we can do that. But guess what? With copyright violations and DMCA's. Bulldog just got pinned by Smash. And Smash wasn't opposed by that. That's what I'm talking about. Can you see it? So in a way, it was like a glitch. They were supposed to run in and break that pin up. Now, you would think, well, why weren't the Survivor Series matches longer with all those guys? Like, I've literally watched some of the early Survivor Series. Ow. Poor Dynamite. Take that kind of a bump. I remember watching a shooting review, and I think it was like Candido and Benoit when they used to have their matches in ECW and they used to powerbomb each other from the top rope and stuff. Like literally, Candido's doctor thought he had been in a car wreck. That's how bad his body was beaten up from some of these bumps, man. So like I was mentioning, okay. Did you just lose your train of thought? I saw it coming. Look at you. You just forgot what you were going to say. Well, Joe, we've been now commentating for 45 minutes on this. And also possibly have done other recording too. So it's kind of hard. Sometimes you got things flying in your head all at once. And you got the wiggly wiggly arm and boom, clothesline. And yeah, so, but point is I found it, is that the game glitches and the other guys don't come in and break up the pin. But see, here's the thing about it, man. See, I watched the older Survivor Series, and their partner will be getting pinned, and they don't run in and break up the pin. It's really weird. Kind of like a rule or something. Like, oh, you can't, if the guy's getting pinned, you're not allowed to come in and break it up. Probably because they didn't want an excuse to make the match longer. Nope. I was impressed with Smash pinning Tito there. That him and Brett, or, Barry Darso and Bret Hart are still staying in this thing. And he's gonna put the sharpshooter on. Brett actually has like two different sharpshooters. He's got this one, and then he's got another one that is more of the common one I usually seen him use. Now, no, Dynamite's gonna stalemate that, break that up. Like I said, most of the time it's a breakup. That's why it's gone on so long. It's because the computer. It's hard for the computer to sort of like, checkmate itself. It's okay. That was a little weird, but then he suplexed Martel over. Did you see what he did? He sort of like cheered to the audience, and that was kind of like potentially risky because Martel was up and he just could have grabbed him and dragged him back in. Now they're brawling outside the ring. Of course, he's not careful, he can get counted out. Of course, if Brett and Martel got counted out, it would be Smash and Dynamite Kid. It's this. I would say that this simulation of it has been very good. Because it's not like you have four guys that just totally squashed the other team. It was like fairly back and forth, and lots of guys getting eliminated on both sides. He smacked Martel. Martel going in and hooking Brett. Gut wrench suplex. And going in, bump on the floor. Brett going in against Martel there, and he tried to Irish whip him back in the ring. And did you see what I mean, folks? He tries to Irish whip him back in the ring, but then for some reason the computer, his waypoint gets blocked by something. So instead of just, I don't know, just they come out with the game every year, so they don't really. What's frustrating is when he pins him. Sometimes I've even seen the computer screw up and actually like run away the other way, or even in a fatal four way or a fatal in a 3-way match where it's like, okay, you don't want to win, and it's like the computer can get really really dumb sometimes. Okay, Brett. No, he was going for the DDT, and Martel won't allow him, and now he's going for the Fez press, and picking up Brett, going from against the turnbuckle. Davey Boy jumps, doing a body press onto Bret Hart. Now having Bret and Davey Boy. Now he's going for a tombstone pile driver. He nails it. Can he get the pin? One. No. Smash breaks it up. Stalemate. A double arm suplex coming up. Drops him hard. It hurts. I think Brett is still the legal man, though. I mean, so the referee can't just. I don't know. The referees are the worst in this game. They're just. And the problem is they just don't seem lively enough for a referee, in my opinion. Like yeah, they do pins. 1, 2, 3. Yep, he got Brett. He got him with that the flying headbutt. That's the patent move of Dynamite Kid, and now he's tagging in Rick Martel. Only problem is, I've seen this happen too. I've seen it where the computer partner gets knocked out out. Now, see, there, he actually succeeded to get the Irish whip. Where earlier, for some reason, the computer's waypoint was blocked. So, spinning disc punch. I do have Texas Tornado, by the way, on in this game. I forget it's in this game or 23, and it's a really good version of Kerry Von Erich. Like, so okay, now he has got Martel, pinning Martel now. 1, 2, 3. And okay, it's now just Smash and Dynamite Kid. Talk about a back and forth Survivor Series. You know, there's no squashing. I mean, most of these teams have had massive 90% eliminations. Now it's just Smash and Dynamite Kid. Can Smash do it? You know, and Dynamite Kid is tough. I think his rating is like in the 90s or something. It's really high. It's really freaking tough. He's already busted open, so he can't get more busted open. Artel outside the ring, he's been eliminated, but he's still kind of out of it. I mean, he's been wrestling for almost an hour, so I would pretty much imagine you would be gassed. Totally gassed from a match like this. And backbreaker. That's tough. And this match is just about over. And let's see, then he kicks him over. Let's see if he can get that clover leaf on. There's no submissions. It's just the way I set it up. But he's very tired. He's got smashed down. Stomping on the arm. Going the top rope. Is he going for the headbutt? He goes for a splash. Nice. And look out. Whoa, jeez. That's a good setup right there. Wait, does he got him? One. No. Wait a minute. Did you just see that? Oh, did you just see that? Guys, he grabbed the rope, but the referee didn't see it? Okay, well, that might answer some questions. They must have it so that rope breaks are determined by what the ref sees. In older games, it was just a boundary, like that would have been rope break. Well, that's different. Folks. That was a good Survivor Series. That was an interesting finish. Dynamite won, in a very disputed way. It was a really crazy match. It was good. Always good, Joe, Curly Joe, and I hope everyone has a good holiday, and we'll be back next week.